Oh,
Hey,
hey, where am I?
are you still here?
What is this thing? Is this a dream?
You
Is that my
just woke
bed?
you just
Did I
woke
just
up
wake up?
from a year nap. Rip Van Fitness.
Why is everything so sticky?
Oh
Oh,
boy.
too far.
Take a shower, give me a call back. We'll hit restart on this one.
Oh man.
What's up, dude?
Welcome to podcast name here.
Insert new podcast name here.
Insert let's see, the next anchor suggestion is stop touching me.
That's a good one for the coach's development training for that coach that uses way too many tactile cues.
Oh no, this says review of the Harvey Weinstein movie. Oh
whoa,
no.
Time out. I'm not covered by insurance anymore, man.
Oh man, how you been, Jack?
Been okay. Been all right. Same place, just better coat.
I was talking to someone Jim today. I was like, I had a class this morning. I was like, yeah, I had coffee with our good buddy Jack Ryan yesterday. And like, oh, how's Jack doing? And it's like, yeah, he's doing great. And blah blah blah. And they're like, is he to come work out at the gym? Like, I swear I get that like every couple months. Like, Jack's gonna start coming working out here, right? I was like, he has everything. Like, he probably has. We have everything in the gym, right? And I was like, and we have enough to like run a class every day. Everyone gets their stuff, whatever they do. I was like, Jack has everything that we would ever need in a gym in his 400 square foot garage for him. Like, he has everything he needs there.
And now I got my sauna.
And now you have a sauna. So
yeah. And as I showed you earlier, I'm not going to take it all apart again for the viewers at home. That is a jury rigged mat on top of the glass or in front of the glass, so that 16 and 17-year-old boys with golf clubs swinging them in here don't smack the glass. Smart. Or swinging kettlebells or dumbbells or something, but they've actually been very good.
Okay, so you have a sauna. So Jack's garage 1, Fairwinds 0. I'm keeping tabs.
Oh man, you got to be kidding me! My free meeting will end in 10 minutes. Need more time? Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade. It'll end, and then we'll just come right back in.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Oh, for God's sakes! This is so we are so low brow.
Low brow.
We have yeah.
Awesome. Well, you can't pay for Zoom because you're still paying off the sauna, right?
You got that right. Or maybe we just have to. We have a 9-minute and 27-second time limit on our
sounds good
our meeting here.
Yeah, we can record twice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a not need a lot of time to do things joke. Yeah, there's a little innuendo in there. Yeah, it's good stuff. So anyway, here we are, man. Recording a podcast again.
So what have you been up to?
Running an affiliate.
Did you guys still just the 2 kids?
Oh no, there's that third one. There's that third one as well. Let's see. Let's see. There's running an affiliate. There's selling a condo. There's moving. There's having a baby. There's bringing on an au pair and then losing an au pair.
You look a lot better rested than I would have expected. So
I think I put
well done.
I think I put on the 6 hours of sleep filter instead of the 3 hours of sleep filter.
I think it's funny that the bed is in the background as well. Right. So this is where I live.
If I get a chance to just do this,
you're either in that room or the gym or your car.
Pretty much
the gym, your car.
It's pretty much it. I'll tell you though, like with the commute, it takes me 35 minutes door to door at like 4:30 in the morning.
It's not bad
to get there. And I don't mind the commute. Because I'll listen to podcasts or audiobooks, something like that, which I really didn't get a chance to listen to with any. I would listen to bits and pieces here and there because for me, when I'm 2 minutes from the gym, I didn't get to listen to it much. And then if I did listen to it, it was at night and I would fall asleep listening to it. So I'm actually like digging deeper into podcasts and audiobooks and all that stuff. So, but yeah, so that's been life, man. How's your life been?
Things been good. Like I told you, I I said no to everything from about April to December. But I started graduate school classes at St. John's in January, beginning of this month. So about 2-3 weeks in, 4 weeks in. Yeah. So it's why not? Why not go back to school again?
Do you get student discounts when you're in a graduate program in your 40s? Like, do you get to use that?
So actually, that's funny. When I got an ID because you got to like swipe into buildings and stuff. And I took a picture of it and sent it to Nicole, and I was like, "It's official. I'm a Johnny." And she goes, and then she texted me. She goes, "Sweet student discounts." And I was like, "I didn't even think about that.
Right?
That's so true."
Immediately, right into it.
Yeah.
Student discounts. Just FYI, at Fairwinds CrossFit, we do not offer like student, military, law enforcement discounts.
Okay, it's been fun. I'll see.
Yes. Yeah, we don't have we have none of those. You check a few of those boxes, none of them matter.
Well, I mean, the restaurants I seldom but do go to from time to time, they don't offer student discounts either. So I mean, really, why should you?
Yeah, fair enough.
We know where I stand on that.
How's the bread bacon going? Or is that
Dude, it's good.
We don't need to share that. There's certain aspects of your life that we don't. Are we sharing the bread making?
Hey man, I'm an open book. Full transparency.
Because people are going to ask you for bread.
No, I don't. There's every time I would bake. I've got down to a pretty good system. I would say the starter is extremely mature and pretty consistent. I got the weights down. I got the cooking times down. I use the cast iron Dutch oven. Blah 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 blah. I'm like the guy 2 years behind the rest of the world, where everybody was baking bread from during the pandemic. We were running a virtual saving the business via virtual classes on Zoom. But so I started doing it, and it was super frustrating. It is now pretty standard, and that's all we don't buy bread anymore really. But people have asked every time I make one, especially the kids, they're like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. You should open a business. You jump out." I'm like, what is it with like all of this? Immediately commodify it. Like, now it's a job. Instead, like I just get to make some bread in the mornings and stuff. But I've tried to start making flavored ones. I've done 2 attempts. They suck. Like they sucked according to me. Like they don't proof very well. They don't pop. Like they don't, you're supposed to get that spring, that initial oven spring in the first like 25 to 30 minutes in the oven. Right. That's where it where
it gives it like, it goes from like this ball to
it blows up. And then, so it always screws up. I can't get good distribution of the herbs and the ingredients through the bread. So it's, I made one on Sunday for Sunday dinner, and it tasted fine, but it did not. I was pissed. And then I tried to make these like steak sliders too, and they were chewy, and I used the wrong cut of meat. And I was like, "This dinner sucks. It's a fail." And Nicole's like, "Jeez, man, it'll be all right. Just try again." But she was good. She's sweet. She sent me there's a Bake Squad is a show on Netflix with the one of the chefs from MasterChef. I can't think of her name, Christy something, but she does like the cakes and stuff. So she has a show on Netflix where she's like the head, whatever. And she sent it to me. She's like, "Hey, look, here's like 4 of the most amazing professional, like top of their game chefs, and they screw up. So it'll be all right, man." I was like, "Okay, it'll be okay."
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah. But so anyway, I'm saying no. I'm just going to stick with regular sourdough. If you want it flavored, bring some butter. Bring some flavored butter, or like sprinkle some onion powder on it.
Just a fresh sourdough loaf with
I make sourdough. That's it.
Good.
Right? Like,
so good.
You coach CrossFit. What are you thinking about? You should do yoga. Maybe you guys should have a juice bar. Maybe you should get a sauna in your gym.
Not opposed to a sauna down the line. I'm adding it to the wish list, to be honest with you. It might be my own personal sauna, but that's the idea.
This one is a 1-person one, so Colin can fit in there. He uses it, once or twice a week. Drew has yet to come over and try it, but I think it would be a little bit like
Yeah.
You have to like get in, gotta turn around, shut the door.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You'd be a tight fit for you in there, man. You're a slightly
But
larger human than me.
so I'm going the opposite end. So instead of like I've been starting to do like the cold exposure thing,
Yeah,
but
we've been doing that too. And
I just
yeah,
started with the cold shower. Like I want it like I gotta work if I ever want to, and you can get like these collapsible cold tubs for like 150 bucks, and you just got to keep them clean and all that good stuff. But I just started with like ice cold. I started like 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, like cold showers. Like I started that, and now I'm up to like a minute on, 30 seconds off, like 3 times, and like working my
yeah,
way up. And one day I'm gonna work the nerve to just go jump in the bay over because we're right here. Like hop, skip, and a jump to the bay. It's just the bay's so well. The bay it's just not that gross now. Like you can see the bottom. It's real. I mean, the water's like this deep. It's not
yeah,
here, but there's like jellyfish in there, and I would totally get water shoes too because I don't like feeling what's underneath.
things touch. Yeah, no, I'm with you. At the cold shower, I'm on and off. No pun
Yeah,
intended, but I try it. I'm not as consistent. So
I just like it for the. You can tell me all the benefits of the cold, but I've definitely found it feels good. Like it really just kind of mentally, I think, because it just sets me up nicely for
yeah,
the day. Like I've noticed a difference just in like me emotionally and like mentally in the day when I start my day off with that.
yeah.
And so like you can tell me anything else you want about like cold exposure and the health benefits of it. I sure, fine. Here's what's happening, dude. Are we getting so what do we why are we here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Why'd
Well,
you call me?
I had nothing to do. I had nothing better to do.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
this
I'm sitting
was
here in the middle of a day and
yeah.
I wanted someone to talk to about CrossFit and like the opens coming up
Well, it's
and
funny
then
that you
like
yeah,
I
it's
was
funny
like,
that you're framing it
I
that way
bet
because it
Jack's not
really
doing anything either. He's like
yeah.
retired and like doing nothing with his life most likely and and sure enough you were, so here we are.
That's
It's a
it.
podcast again.
And it's funny that you are framing it. God dang. Am I still coming through okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. It's funny that you frame it that way because that is sort of uh, what I had said to you. I was like, I kind of miss this when we were
Yeah.
hanging for coffee. And
Last time we got coffee we are like, we should do like it feels like you say that sometimes, like it's just kind of like
you're
just
being polite.
we should do this again sometimes, like the people that I didn't see at my high school reunion a few months ago. Like they're like, oh, we should. They're after like they're on the Facebook, this Facebook page for like the class of 2002. They're like, we should get together again and blah 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 blah. And like no one has since. It's like we
Yeah.
didn't for like 20 years. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
But it was more genuine because this is what we used to do for years.
Well, it always, yeah. And it was always we found that, I was in the mornings, you were at night, and it was always difficult to actually see each other a lot. So the podcast was a great excuse to kind of catch up. And so why not let it be that again? But I honestly was curious. I wanted to, I wanted to know what you were doing for the open. Well, selfishly, I need a place to do it because they've made the filming aspect of it a little bit more difficult. So they being the mothership.com, CrossFit HQ is driving people back towards the affiliates which I'm totally on board with. And so I reached out, you said, well, you were going to do it, but out of class. And so that kind of space in between the morning, the early morning and then the mid-morning class seemed like a great fit. And then I saw your intramural video or your weekly update video on that you were doing something. So I was like, what's this all about? And I thought it would be cool to hear you kind of explain the rationale, like what's different about it. And kind of like the man on the street, or, I've been doing CrossFit for 8 weeks and here you are telling me to sign up for, something online and then also sign up for this other thing. And like,
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. I just thought we were going to do, burpees and, jumping lunges and banded pull-ups. And now you're telling me I gotta drop a bunch of money and leaderboard. And what the hell, dude? Can't we just
Yeah.
sign up for like a 5K?
Oh my god. Well, we just did a 5K last week, so we're not gonna do that again for a while. So
Row or
yeah.
run?
Well, they had the choice, so row or run. They had a choice. And about 98% chose the row.
I was gonna say that's not really a choice. I'm not running.
Yeah. And it's funny, like it was I programmed it on Saturday morning because I knew like if I do it during the week, right now the only class that has sunlight is 9:30.
Yeah.
Like legit sunlight. So it's like it'll be nice, it'll be, light outside, and it might be, and it was chilly, but it was cool, but it was nice. And there was a handful that ran. I mean, I knew it doesn't matter what perfect circumstances, a lot of people are still gonna row anyway.
Yeah.
Um
So
so
lay it out for me, dude. What are you guys doing this year?
cool. So in the past we've done the intramural open. I feel like we've always done, it's like somewhat different iterations of it. We've had 2 teams, we've had 3 teams. There was that one year we turned the classes into teams. And so it's always been kind of a way to get people excited about the CrossFit Open, but trying to bring it down more to the affiliate level. Like, yes, big picture, it's the first step into getting to finding the fittest people on the planet. But really, like, I think you would agree that the open really became this thing that was geared around like the affiliates and the athletes and the affiliates more so, and I feel like even maybe more so now than ever, than it is about finding the fittest in the world.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
so
the top 10% thing that they did about 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
yeah,
for both age group and regionals and blah 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 blah. It's it fixed any glitches that may have existed that someone like me, who I'm relatively fit, uh, but I'm most certainly not in the running to go to the games. Like that, they're just in a facing of reality. The open for me matters. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make top 10% and get to move on to the next stage.
right,
There's like that swath of people. Then there's like the people that are right on the bubble where then it makes the open even more exciting.
right,
And for the really like games up, the open doesn't really matter, but it's a great opportunity for them to be equalized with everybody else, do the same workouts at the same time, and they don't really have to alter their training schedule. They just
right.
do, because they're going to do 17,000 workouts in a day
Yeah,
anyway. It's just another
just
thing.
another workout. Yeah,
And then there's the other 89.9% of the world doing the open. And for them, it is truly the 3 weeks a year where it's kind of cool. And so, I guess I'm going to show my hand a little early. I think what you're doing with the add-on layer of, a paid for filtering competition faced or infrastructure
right,
is effing genius. I think it's absolutely awesome because you take something that was kind of hodgepodge, like you could do it with a Google spreadsheet and,
it was a lot of this, really. It was like just a lot of like writing
yeah,
stuff
like, and you
down.
can totally do that and people can dress up in costumes and stuff. But legitimately, with the way that they've got it structured, I saw like, participation points, first place, second place, third place, you're going to have a draft. You can legitimately, with some relative structure and consistency, have an in-gym competition that I can participate in for an extra $20.
Yep. And it's 100%. And the whole thought behind it is, again, that user experience where it takes, you sign up for this, you do your workouts, you get your team points. It's a very clear, clean system of showing where everyone, not just as individuals, but the teams stand. From my side of it, trying to get scores posted and added up, and bonus points added up. Again, it was a lot of me like sifting through emails and texts or spreadsheets or like random pages in my notebook that I wrote it down, which is a lot of extra time, that takes away from like the actual experience of the open, I think, because then I'm like I'm stressing out about all these other things. This makes it so much easier for, and now I'm also like, captains are texting me, how many points do we have? How far are we behind? Blah, 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 blah. And then it's a matter of
Yeah,
getting
totally. It's all right there.
all
It's
right there. It's updated in real time. So as soon as someone logs their score, the point total is updated.
And
As
like you
soon
said,
as
it's a
their point,
small, right? You said it was a small company that's kind of just starting out, Echelon,
yep,
right? Like that.
yep.
And so a little bit of a beta in the sense of you get what you
It's
pay for.
100% a beta. This is
Yeah,
like,
but you get what you
yeah,
pay for. And so,
yeah.
and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so I'm dropping $20.
Mm-hmm.
What do I expect to get for $20? Like, I don't know. I mean, as I told you, that's about the same amount of money that I gave the twins to go get sandwiches at Wawa. Do you know what?
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't get anything out of that. They
Yeah.
didn't even buy me a bag of chips. So the interface, I'm intrigued to see the robustness of the interface.
Yeah.
The experience will still be driven by the Fairwinds community, by the experience in the gym. And so, but I don't want to do this. I don't want to compete. I'm not gonna, right? Like there's always the curmudgeon of like, oh, I'm gonna miss the last week anyway. Why would I sign up? Like it's sort of like, okay, like it doesn't
Fine.
really matter, right? Exactly. Like that's what's going to be programmed for Fridays and I'm assuming, right? But I'd
Yeah.
assume that's what's
Right.
going to be programmed for Fridays and Mondays for the next 3 weeks anyway, or
3 weeks.
starting the 17th, right?
Yeah.
February 17th.
Yeah.
So if you come into the gym Friday or Monday, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to do it. If you don't, then no, you're not going to do it, and that's okay. Like
I just had this conversation with someone earlier that says it's the thing about the Open too. People get their heads wrapped around this, this competition side of it, or this it's posted live thing. If I could say nothing and post that workout on Friday and say make sure to put your score in sugar wad, and you would just do it. Like there's nothing different about the workouts. Like there are workouts. There's just now there's this kind of buy-in, and as Nicole always said it, the skin of the game that gets you to like really get after it maybe a little bit more than you would normally. And I said, just like cookies, competition is good, but too much of it can be troublesome. And so it's finding that right balance. And I think the Open really takes.
I think of like cookie dough ice cream is what you meant. Now I want ice cream. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll see. 17 minutes later.
Yeah.
So
I was also gonna I'm curious. So I am I feel like we're in the spirit of this. Like so did you see Adrian Bosman's interview on Miranda Alcaraz street parking podcast?
I haven't watched that yet, no.
But have you heard about it?
Yep.
So I find it fascinating how Adrian Bosman, as the now director of the CrossFit Games, has gone out and reached out to sort of like a lot of these original members of the CrossFit community who kind of branched out and did their own thing. I'm surprised they haven't really reached out to NC Fit, Khalipa and his crew, but I'm sure that's next. But like Pat Sherwood with Lynchpin and Mayhem, and though they're still in the fold, and street parking, and because the idea being that the Open is truly for everybody. The way they've programmed it now with the multiple levels, it doesn't really matter if you're doing street parking as your programming, or Josh Bridges or .com or whatever. The fact is, it's all CrossFit. It's just some folks have found a way to brand themselves outside of the capital C, capital F CrossFit, but their members could still benefit from doing something once a year that is a little bit different from an intensity and an intention standpoint, that facilitates for them, oh, this was worth it. This was kind of fun. And I always think of Pat Sherwood's original, if we were analogy, if we were part of a running club, like a local, Annapolis Striders, guess what we would sign up for periodically throughout the year?
5Ks, 10Ks.
5K race, a 10K, half marathon, right? Like we would sign up for the triathlon. Maybe we do a triathlon. Like we would sign up for races. We wouldn't sign up for races every week because then we would just be, traditional broken runners. So the Open is kind of the CrossFit or the, fitness for time world's, yearly 5K or yearly half marathon or the Marine Corps marathon that, people do.
Bridge run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Like the Annapolis Bridge Run. And so there's some people that like legitimately sign up for it, and it's part of a sequence of a training competition cycle that they've created for themselves. For some people, it's a once a year thing. For some people, it's a once a lifetime thing. Like it doesn't matter. This felt to me very similar of, I'm still clearly I'm still doing CrossFit. Clearly I'm still engaged in the community. I watch on the media and I pay attention to it. I just didn't want to run a gym or coach anymore. And so there's room for people like me. There's room for affiliate owners. There's room for consistent affiliate goers. Like it's just CrossFit HQ legitimately said that that's their intention. And it's been really cool to watch them kind of put their money where their mouth is and truly make it a platform open and available for, dare they say, everyone.
Yeah. That's the beauty of the Open. It really is for everyone, especially if you're inside a CrossFit affiliate.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 100%. It's just,
like, yeah, I think, and those who have never experienced it, I think it'll be very cool for them to see how it plays out. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So it's, and what year Open is this for you?
13, baby. I've done them 13. All.
You've done them all. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a badge that said, I got someone sending me, said it was number 9, which I think is about right. I thought I was at 10, but 9 might be right. So
you changed an email. It kind of gets screwy because I used the first one I did. I used my 8 Navy email. Right. And so that was my account. So I had to start a new account when they kind of rebooted the whole system. But yeah, I did the 11. I was just actually going back and forth with Andy Thor's Hammer Hunt, and who will be with us on our Friday fun fest in the coming weeks. But yeah, we would do them on the pier out there in Hawaii at Mobile Diving Salvage Unit 1. And that would be our Friday morning PT because we were a little bit delayed. Obviously, Hawaii is a little bit behind West Coast time. And we thought about doing them like Thursday afternoons, Thursday evenings, but so we do them Friday morning and then do nothing else afterwards. But then I ended up traveling and I did that last one, which was the 9-minute AMRAP, 7-minute AMRAP of it's basically Fran, increasing Fran, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, on a pier in Palau with like this makeshift pull-up rig thing that the dive team that was on there, and then metal plates on a barbell, metal 25s on a barbell.
Which are really like metal, which are really like rubber 85s.
It's right, like they feel like it, and they're smaller. Heavy. Like they're kind of they weren't full size, and it was like rusted. The bar was so rusted, so it had no spin. I mean, it was it was horrible, absolutely miserable. Hated it. I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. I couldn't get 165 overhead, so that 5-minute AMRAP of squat, clean, and jerk. Yeah, I got 1 rep because you could count the squat clean. Right. So I could squat clean 165 at that time, but then I'd stand it up and I could not get it overhead. So I drop it, but then I had to get it back onto my shoulders. So I totally starfish, power clean it, get it up, and then.
That's what I say. If you went back and could watch yourself right now.
Oh my God, it was horrible. And then there was an overhead squat one. The only one that I really did well in was the 2 of them. So the funny thing is, of all the Open, like that Open, all the things were in now, like I would say, we're kind of rods for my wheelhouse, things I do well. But it was the snatch dubs, so 75-pound snatches, double under one, piece of cake. That was awesome. I was like, this is going to be great. Then there was a deadlift, push up, box jump one. Same thing. I was like, this is awesome. Doing great, doing great. Then that AMRAP. Then there was like an overhead squat, wall ball, muscle up one. And then that pull up thruster one.
When there was, yeah. Open memories. They're all
I
right.
think there's a total bar.
You're really selling the open workouts, by the way.
Yeah. There's only 3 this year. There's only 3 now though. Maybe a
I
double.
like
Who knows?
I'm one of the ones I like I think I'm as someone who as someone who's like I've never really paid much attention to like where I stand in like the percentiles. I've never really paid attention to that. And as someone who runs an affiliate, I'm very happy with 3 workouts. I tell you, there are a lot of people that they like the 5 because it increases your chances of making that top 10%, gives you these more tests here and there. I totally
So
get that.
here's a question for you. So
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see, depending on how this interface goes and how Echelon goes, if it's super smooth and it runs well, do you imagine there may be room, energy, desire to then create an in-house next stage, right? So it could even be sort of, there's like a so like 2-week period off, and then you guys use the online quarterfinal workouts for like the interface stays open, and it's just on Thursdays, or like, and you can even secretly use it to boost attendance on days that are traditionally not that great. So it's like, we're going to do 6 weeks of, you have to do at least 3 of these 6 workouts, and they will post to your Echelon team's score. And then we will have a final kind of 1-day event on like a Saturday in like May. So you know what I mean? I'm totally like, I'm not saying, Eric, you know what you should do?
Yeah. It totally has the capability to do that.
Right.
Like I can push it out, right? And I already know, like, I've planned out what I want the rest of the year to look like. And I already kind of have in like the September timeframe, I want to do an in-house competition, which might be like the half open or like almost open or something like that. And I'm still using this platform. But that's another way too, where excuse me, I've seen other gyms where they do this thing where they do the 3 open workouts. They get, because you can't crown one thing that's hard is that you do the 3 workouts, and like the 3rd Friday, like the last workout is the big party, right? But usually not everyone's done the workout yet by that Friday. So you can't really crown a champ because you don't have all
you
the
still have Monday, right? You still have the Monday after.
And I can't even do it until Monday, and then it's like, well, maybe we'll do it next Saturday at the workout. So yeah, you're right. Like, I can totally use that as a way to, and that's kind of something I've been like trying to work out is, what does this look like? Like, here's the 3 workouts, and maybe even like, have these little parties, but then the last one ends up being like,
it could even end at like Murph. You know what I mean? Like maybe Murph is the final kickoff. It's like you still doing Murph in May type of thing. You know what I mean? Like there's room, and I'm just thinking like, this is the worth of a platform or an interface like this Echelon that they've thinking about, because it's pushing the control of something like this back into your hands.
Yeah.
And you can now do with this what you want. Where the Open and the games website and leaderboard always was there. Like but it looked, I mean, it was cumbersome. There was 2 or 3 more steps required by you artificially to do this. If there's an already integrated, and like these things have existed before, Train Heroic, there's a couple other platforms, but again, they're not cumbersome, but there's an absence of narrative, or like kind of an absence of universal narrative around it. Like, again, you'd have to create all this. It's already created. Like CrossFit this year, with their sequence of emails that have been coming out, if you signed up for the Open already, you've been a part of, from the very beginning, there's like a timeline, and they like said, okay, here's the timeline to the Open. We are here. We're excited to get to here. And then like every week you just kind of watch the timeline progress, and it's changed in email. And they even put a link to the podcast with Adrian and Miranda on there. And it was like sort of, and each stage had like a title or like a name. And I'm like, this is genius. It's the journey to the Open for me, who's like a pretty good fitnesser, and like, so it's like, I'm 13. This is my 13th year. I'm still super excited about it. That's a powerful messaging engine that I think the third party entity is not highlighting it, but amplifying it. And again, for you. So it's making you and Fairwinds as an entity an even more robust platform to utilize the things that CrossFit is providing, if you want to, and for your individual needs as a community.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's it. Yeah. It's again, it's different, and I'm kind of like, it's new to me too. So like, roll with it. And the goal is just to make this the best intramural open we've had, and everyone excited about it, and enjoy fitness, enjoy the community. And one thing I've always loved about the Open too, it's just another.
I don't know though, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to. Sorry, I'm totally interrupting you, but I don't know if you're ever going to be able to beat the Release the Kraken t-shirt. That's not even the back. Can't even get to the back. But that was
that was one of the top. That was a good one. Better for the Open through excellent comps and fair wins.
So most importantly, what do you think? What do you think is going to be the first event?
The first event, I always feel like, is something that like everyone can do RX, right? Like, you might be slow, but you could do it. I saw the equipment list, and I like how they say, like, that's not the equipment list for the Open, that's just the equipment list for all stages. Which is like, oh, I see wall balls again. Like, are wall balls going to be in the Open? Do I hope wall balls in the Open? But I always remember the rowing wall ball one from a few years ago, like the AMRAP. That was such a good one that everyone could do RX. It's not like how slow or how heavy, but I would love to see like a rowing wall ball one to kick it off again. Maybe not that one in particular, but something like that.
Well, it could be a repeat. That's not a bad. They haven't repeated that one, and they did not repeat one last year. So that's actually a really good guess.
I'd love to see that out of the gate.
Yeah, and a little couplet action. I did see Bosman make a claim that there will be a new movement, not like,
shuttle runs. That's my guess.
Shooting shuttle runs for the Open.
I think shuttle runs will be the new movement.
Interesting. Could be,
because it's a way of getting running in, and if it's a 25-foot, like most people can figure that out.
Yeah, most gyms have. Well, they've said you need the 25 feet of space. Yeah. So I like that. Yeah, some kind of couplet, some sort of monostructural weightlifting couplet. You're
screaming. I gotta go. We got
right. So hey, maybe you should do a poll of new names for this that will continue. So at least we'll keep it live through the Open, and and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Maybe we'll do a full on like winner / podcast name announcement after the Open.
Yeah, well, I like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I got to talk to the committee though. I can't be making these decisions without them. They're an integral part of the process.
All right, brother. It was good catching up, and hopefully we'll see each other again in about a week.
Can't wait.
All right, man.
Later, brother.
Adios.